button there is the
All right, great Friday morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. It's I'm Cordell Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery In with our 15 minutes of mastery that we do each and every day to get your day started off on the right foot with some information, inspiration, and motivation. And we're coming to you live from, I guess, the Villages, right? The Villages, Florida. That's where we're at. Where we're putting on day 2 of our immersion sales training program with the group from Baird Homes out here. There they are, right there, sitting with you guys. We're doing this live as always because we need to make sure we come in here and get you what you need to get your day started off on the right foot. Today we're talking about changes. We're talking about if nothing changes, nothing changes. And it was something that was running through my mind yesterday as we finished out the class, because we're talking about with this group, not just sales training, but we're talking about how we can implement different processes to increase business, how we can move forward. And Tony Robbins writes, change is inevitable. Progress is optional. Listen, the market changes, business changes. The industry is not the same thing that it was even 5 years ago, right? 5 years ago, we had COVID. 5 years ago, we were just taking orders. 5 years ago, we would show up to the office, and if there was a line of people, you were selling to whomever was willing to pay the price of the home. Now, the market has changed. Now, we actually have buyers out there who have the information. Not only do they have the information, but they have the leverage because it is a buyer's market. And now we as an industry, sales teams, sales consultants, community managers, whoever you are, now you truly have to bring skill to the game. Now you truly have to bring the things that are needed in order to truly influence people. And as we were going through the class yesterday, we were talking about how we can implement those changes here within the Baird group as well, because we want to help them improve and increase in the production that they've got. So the reason that I'm bringing this up today is I started thinking about how change makes most of us uncomfortable, right? And a lot of us, we're creatures of habit, the way we like to describe it. And so taking on change, sometimes we're resistant to it. We feel that, man, we've always done it this way. This is how we've always done it. But the problem with that way of thinking is if you stay the same, you actually fall backwards. If you stay on the same track for too long, you stop innovating and you just become a cog in the wheel, and innovation leaves you behind. If you take the product by just looking at the product itself, the product has changed so much, even over the last 5 years. There's so much better product out there. The factories keep innovating. The banks keep innovating with the programs that they put together in order to be able to have access for your customers to have access to great financing. But what hasn't changed to the rate that it should is the sales experience itself, right? We're not going to call it a process. Nobody likes to go through a process. But it's an experience that we need to be bringing to our clients. That's what people are expecting nowadays. That's what we're conditioned to receive, no matter what it is we're buying. And for us, the experience we should be providing to our clients is no different. It should be evolved. It should innovate. We have to understand that people buy differently. But why are we so apprehensive when it comes to change? Really, it's just the uncertainty of it, right? We as humans, we prefer certainty. That's why a lot of your buyers are very hesitant. The uncertainty of taking on a mortgage, the uncertainty of actually moving, those are the things they're afraid of. They're not afraid of actually buying a house. It's everything else around it. Like we tell you all the time, you need to dig deeper. They're nervous about the purchase. They're nervous about taking on a home. They're not nervous about the process. They're not nervous about what has to be done. It's just the change that is happening that they're nervous. So when we can treat them as human beings, when we can truly dig in and build that rapport, we can build the trust, and we can take them through an actual buying experience, an enhanced buying experience, you help them be comfortable with the change that is going to happen. And that's what high performers do. High performers are able to speak to a buyer, whether it's through an initial lead, whether it's a lead that comes in through your website, or whether it's a lead that's coming in through your own marketing, or whether it's a phone call. And they can take that and convert it into appointment, which then converts into a sale, which then converts into an actual final transaction. But we have to do this one thing. We speak about sales, we speak about buys, we speak about transactions, but that's the terminology we use. You have to be careful to not think of it that way. And it's hard to do because that's how we speak within the industry. You show up at the office, you talk about sales, you talk about new deals, we're talking about a transaction. But when you are speaking to your potential leads, whether it's on a chat, whether it's on the phone, or whether it's in person, it can't be a transaction. That's where you need to change. That's where you need to innovate. That's where you need to adjust. It cannot be transactional. The sale is an end result. The sale is an end result to what you bring to the table. The sale happens because of everything else that you do, but you can't do everything for the sale. And if that doesn't make sense to you, you need to take some time and really think that through. The sale happens because of everything else that you do. That's just the end result. But helping people, taking care of people, treating them right, and giving them the information, educating them, helping them make the decision they want to make, that right there is the key difference. That is what takes you to a whole different level in this industry. That's what takes you from an average performer to an elite professional housing consultant. And that's what every one of us should be striving to become. And so how do we do that? Look, as always, we bring you the top 5 ways to be able to get this. And this is just from my own personal experience, right? Look, first and foremost, you have to accept the fact that change is good. I don't care how long you've been doing this business, whether it's 15 years, 7 months, or 35 years. Change is good. Without change, we stay the same. And when you stay the same, you know what happens? The world passes you by. And in this case, the business passes you by. So you have to accept the fact that change is good. Second, you always have to be looking for ways to innovate. How can I do it better? How can I change this up? What verbiage can I use differently? How can I approach my marketing differently? How can I spice things up? Always look for ways to innovate. That means not being comfortable, because when you're comfortable, that's when you start to lag behind again. That's when you start losing focus. When you keep yourself uncomfortable, when you feel it's almost like you have to maintain a state of paranoia in the sense of, how can I improve? How can I get better? Here with our company, I mean, we in the last 2 years, we have had so much change in the way we do things, the programs we bring, changing the programs up, adding new things. We stack more stress, so to speak, on top of ourselves by bringing you not just things like this daily 15-minute semester. And this is 7 days a week that we do this live. But we've got podcasts. We just added a new podcast. We've got a new collaboration that I've got going on with Brian Hurd from Cardinal Financial, where we're going to be bringing you information as well. We're developing a new program. You just saw us in Vegas a few days ago, where we're putting something else together. We have to continuously innovate and grow and change, because that's how quick things change right now. Think about everything. You have a phone, comes out every single year, if not twice a year. That's how quick things change, and you need to be changing along with it. Now, the foundation stays the same. The purpose still stays the same. The outcome stays the same. But what you need to do is adapt to what is going on around us. Next, always keep improving, always keep learning, always keep growing. That's never going to change. That's huge for this, but that's going to lead you. The more you keep learning, the more confident you are. And so you're able to make adjustments quickly. You're able to change things up quickly, and you're able to test those out, which is the last key point. Look, that which gets measured gets improved. You can't just make a change and then run with it and not track it. You can't see what has been the outcome, because if the outcome is not what you're needing, or it changes in the wrong direction, we need to make another adjustment. but it needs to be done daily. Always look and measure. What was my progress yesterday compared to the day before? What did I do? And that comes from your daily planning. You can't get away from daily planning. For those of you that have been through our courses, for those of you that have been through our Path to Mastery planner course and beyond, you know how important planning out your day is to all of us. So go out, do great things this Friday. Yeah, Friday, right? Tomorrow we're going to be coming to you live from out here in Florida with our 15 Minutes of Mastery again. Selling Saturday edition. We'll be out at the Baird Homes location this Saturday. So I'm excited to be a part of that as well. But you guys go out there, do great things. You know we'll be back in here with another episode tomorrow. And as always, my friends, can't wait to meet you.